Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Greetings, my most excellent friends, and welcome to Gamers Web. My name's Mark, and today I'm going to take a look at this most triumphant board game from Warcradle Studios, Bill and Ted's Riff in Time.
Excellent!
Hi folks, welcome back. Right, okay, so as I said in the intro, this is my quick look at Bill and Ted's Riff in Time, the most excellent board game from the guys over at Warcradle Studios. I've been covering this since it was first announced way back in 2019, and I did an interview early last year, around March last year, just before lockdown, with one of the designers, which I'll leave a link to in the description. But let's just jump straight in. Okay, so Bill and Ted's excellent adventure is one of my favourite movies of all time. I absolutely love it. And this is a board game based on that movie. Okay, so our blurb says, "Greetings, my excellent friend. The year is 2506, and something most unprecedented is happening to history. All throughout time, personages of historical significance have been showing up in the wrong points of history. This is having erroneous reverberations and is causing time rifts to materialise, threatening to disrupt the harmonic fabric of our very reality. The Wyld Stallyns have put their latest tour on hold and are trying to locate all the misplaced personages, return them to their correct points in time, and closing the rifts. At the centre of this disruption is the most heinous time fracture of all, located in San Dimas. If all of the time rifts are not closed in time, then reality will fracture and the world will be destroyed. Bogus." Okay, so components includes a rulebook, a game board, 4 Wyld Stallyns player miniatures, 4 player character cards, 10 personages of historical significance standees, 10 personages of historical standee significance location cards, really difficult to say, 10 plastic slot bases, 10 historical location discs, 1 San Dimas disc, 4 objective tracking tokens, 3 wild dice which are yellow, 4 character dice which are blue, 4 triumphant dice which are pink, 3 bogus dice which are black, 60 times riff cards, and 16 objectives. And this is what the game looks like. Okay, so as I said, this is something that I've been following since it was first announced by Stuart from Warcradle. I think it was like the end of 2019. This is what we get. Silica gel. Great stuff, don't eat it. Keep it away from your pets as well, and your kids, it's dangerous. Okay, so first off the bat, we get our characters. We get, I think this is meant to be King Harold, I'm not sure, but we'll have a look. So we get Billy the Kid, Abe Lincoln, Sigmund Freud, Napoleon Bonaparte, Genghis Khan, Socrates, Ludwig van Beethoven, Joan of Arc, and Babe Ruth. And then we get a Ziggy Pig badge, a San Dimas disc with a telephone and some telephone icons. And we turn it over and it's exactly the same on the back. And then we get our rulebook, which we'll have a look at in a moment, which is a most excellent rulebook on how to perform actions and play the game. Okay, the game itself is quite simple. You go around from location to location and try to rescue the people who are in each location. So if you say, for example, land in ancient Greece, and Socrates is not in ancient Greece but it is Bill the Kid, you need to try and get Bill the Kid back to his right time destination. Okay, so the board itself is quite big. I won't be able to get all of this in, but I will open it up so we can have a quick look. And I didn't actually realise that the board was inlaid. That's quite cool. So it looks quite flat on the actual the map that you get on the thing, on the box, but it's actually inlaid. So you put your locations. This is where your big San Dimas clock goes, and you need to remember that the clock in San Dimas tells the time that every other clock will adhere to, and when that time runs out, the game's over. We get our tray of miniatures and goodies, and inside this we get, if I can get it to open, nice protective lid, so once you paint your figures, you can actually look after them. We will start with the dice first. They come in a nice Ziploc bag, as you can see. And now I'm just going to bring the camera a little bit closer so I can get a better look. Okay, so we have pink, blue, black and yellow dice. Each of them have got different symbols on. So we've got a Wyld Stallyns symbol on the character dice, the purple, the pink ones. We've got a bogus symbol on the black dice, which is nothing but bogus symbols. And then on this dice we have got a bogus symbol. I'm not sure what that symbol is, but all this will be linked in my full review. And then we've also got a Wyld Stallyns symbol and the actual telephone booth, and the yellow dice are the same. We have standees for our card figures, which are putting getting them out because we don't really need to. And then we have our these are our goat and our clock faces on the board, and each one of them has fixed on it on one side, but as you see on the other side it's got a location. So this is Athens, and once you fix Athens you turn it over so it's fixed, and the objective is to fix the entire timeline. We have our deck of cards, which I will quickly open. The game is brand new, it literally only got it today, and it's now on a special discount from Wayland Games. They've got a really good price on it. I actually picked this up along with the expansion for a mere £35 for both games. Sorry, £25, not 35. Okay, so we have our first deck here, which is Riff deck, and in the Riff deck you've got the location of where you need to go and how far you advance the time clock by, and what the clock advances in San Dimas by. And then that's if it's bogus. Lots and lots of different cards that have various effects in the game. And we have more Riff cards. They're all Riff cards. So we have bogus Riff cards, we have excellent Riff cards. And then we have objectives. So task is take 2 characters to San Dimas, and your reward is you turn back the clock in San Dimas twice. Plus you get a teleport time. So I'm not really sure on all that without reading through the rules. I need to read through the rules. But we've got our characters of personage here. We've got where they're meant to be located. Abraham Lincoln, obviously Washington DC. Babe Ruth in New York. Billy the Kid in New Mexico. Charlemagne, it's not King Harold, it's Charlemagne in Rome. Genghis Khan in Outer Mongolia. Miss Joan of Arc in Orleans. Ludwig van Beethoven in Kassel. Napoleon in Austerlitz. Sigmund Freud in Vienna, and finally Socrates in Athens. Okay, so these guys are the ones that you're trying to rescue and replace them back in the correct timelines. Then we have here our character cards. Now you play as the Wyld Stallyns themselves, which consist of, if I can open this without making a pig's ear of it, we have our Wyld Stallyns. We have Elizabeth Logan. Once per turn, when performing a fixed rift action, this player may lower the rift by 1 extra level. She is Ted's wife. Then we have Joanna Preston, who is obviously Bill's wife. Once per turn, after revealing a rift card, this player may decide not to encounter it and place it to the bottom of the draw pile. Then they must draw another rift card and encounter that one instead. Okay. Then we have Bill S. Preston, Esquire. Once per turn, when performing a move action, this player may move one extra space along with the circuits of history. And then finally, Ted Theodore Logan. Once per turn, after rolling their dice, this player may change the result of one of their dice that is not showing bogus. So bogus dice rolls you can't change. Okay, so that's the 4 main characters that you play as. We'll go it through time, and these are the Wyld Stallyns. But just playing like that would be pretty boring. Having standees, it's good, but it'd be pretty boring. So Warcradle, being a miniature company, they decided that they were going to bring out some very nice looking miniatures based on the characters from the films. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so you can have a quick look at these. There we go, like that. Okay, so that is Joanna. Great sculpt. Looks very much like the card, because I think actually the picture on the card is this model that's just been painted up to a very high detail. Then we have Elizabeth. Both rocking their 80s dresses. And then we have our lovely Keanu Reeves Ted. I can just get him right. There we go. And he looks amazing. He looks absolutely fantastic. The face details looks like a very young Keanu Reeves. And then next to Ted we have Bill. Again, looks absolutely brilliant. Now, as I said, the game is available at a really good discount from Warcradle right now. You can pick up this and the expansion for £25. And because it's over £20, it's posted, which I think is absolute bargain. I'm going to do a full review of the game, which will be up on Games Web very shortly, and I will also be taking a look at the other figures that you get in the expansion very shortly as well. And if I can get this back together again. Things you do when you're on a camera. Right, okay, so that's my quick look through this most excellent game. Okay, so this is my look through this most excellent game, and I will be, as I say, doing my review very shortly. So thank you for bearing with me, and hopefully someone may get some use out of this. And in the meantime, no matter where you are in the world, look after yourself, be safe, stay safe, look after yourself, which I've just said, but most of all, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes.
Put them in the Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden?
Excellent! Execute them.
Bogus. All we are is dust in the wind, dude.
Catch you later, Bill and Ted!